On a very special episode of Show Me St. Louis, a great escape to the Illinois Ozarks.
I always tell people who've never been to the forest, make sure they come here first, When they come here first, they'll be hooked after that.
Join us as we explore all the nooks and crannies in the Shawnee National Forest.
I'm so excited. This is so cool.
These narrow passageways have wide appeal.
It literally is as the Indians walked away from it in 1450. It's pretty amazing.
Stand in the same spot where generations have stood. We'll take you to a place where you can connect with the gorgeous nature and impressive history of the Illinois Ozarks.
Let's compare feet.
Plus, you won't want to miss all of the weird and wonderful things you'll find in and around the Shawnee National Forest.
Show Me St. Louis' great escape to the Illinois Ozarks starts now.
Good morning and happy Friday. Today we have a very special Show Me St. Louis.
Yeah, the Show Me St. Louis team took a great escape to the Illinois Ozarks in Shawnee National Forest. It's less than 3 hours away from downtown St. Louis.
Illinois Ozarks is the nickname for this beautiful hiking and rock climbing destination. We visited the eastern side of the Shawnee National Forest.
So maybe you're part of the masses of people who visit this area every year, or maybe like me, you're finding out about it for the first time. Either way, we've got something for you, a new hike, a new piece of history, a new place to eat.
Of course, food.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at some of the scenic attractions. We last visited this place in the spring, but winter is an especially beautiful time of year to hike, as you can see so much more of unique rock formations in the area. In today's 30-minute special, we'll take you to a popular place here called Garden of the Gods. It's the most visited place in all of the forest. You'll see why. Check out those views.
Wow.
My goodness. It's just a quarter-mile hike too, and it's paved.
Beautiful. The quantity of trails in the area makes it a good option for the avid hiker. Another place we'll visit is the Rimrock Recreation Trail, just as peaceful as Garden of the Gods. This hike will take you about an hour and includes stunning photo opportunities. So grab your camera and let Mother Nature take care of the backdrop. Wow, so pretty.
It's going to be a good show. You never know what you're going to see. Maybe a 2,600-pound Sasquatch? Okay, it's just a statue, but it got our attention. So did this shop that we'll explore, which sells all sorts of Bigfoot merch.
That's right up my alley.
Mine too.
I love fun, weird things.
Me too.
So before you find Bigfoot, the perfect starting place for your trip to the Shawnee National Forest is Garden of the Gods.
You'll get to take in some beautiful sights. Take a look. Garden of the Gods is the most popular spot to visit in the Shawnee National Forest.
Just making our way to probably the most Instagrammed and most popular spot in the Shawnee National Forest.
Even if you've never been here before, I'll bet 25 cents you've seen it before. In 2016, it was featured on the reverse side of the Illinois Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series. So why not come see it in person? All of this beauty is just a short walk from the parking lot.
I always tell people who've never been to the forest to make sure they come here first, And I feel that when they come here first, they'll be hooked after that.
Taking me on a tour of Garden of the Gods is Sean Gossman, who has a YouTube channel called Hiking with Sean.
I'd probably come here at least once a month.
The owner of Rimrock's Dogwood Cabin, Steve Melville, also knows the area like the back of his hand.
There's so much to do. It's so easy to navigate, so many great destination hikes.
Whether you have tour guides or not, you should have no problem finding your way around Garden of the Gods since the trail is paved and just a quarter of a mile long. While the trail is short, you can spend a long time on top of the rocks, soaking up what Mother Nature has to offer.
These bluffs, which I've kind of nicknamed bluffage, they're the most ancient part of this forest out here, that they've been here way before we were here. I mean, these things are proof of an ocean that was here at one time. This is remnants of an ocean that came all the way here and more or less stopped in this area, and through erosion and natural ways created all this.
Many rock formations have nicknames. There's Camel Rock, which is featured on the quarter. You'll also find Devil's Smokestack, Monkey Head, and Eye of the Needle.
With the formations, when you visit here, it opens your imagination up to create your own formation that none of us have ever seen yet. And I think that's what's cool with these kind of rocks.
To see other gems in the area, you'll have to go off the beaten path.
A lot of people come here and don't realize how much other stuff is just right around the corner.
Not too far from here is the River to River Trail. It's where you'll find the Arch of the Gods.
With the River to River Trail, it kind of takes you off the beaten path. It takes you to areas you've probably really never heard of. It's a 160-mile trail that goes from the Ohio to the Mississippi.
So make sure to check it out if you haven't had enough adventure for one day.
It's a little rugged. It's different in different spots, and it goes through mainly Shawnee National Forest, quite a few of our state parks, and some wildlife refuge.
Garden of the Gods is beautiful no matter what path you choose. Mother Nature sure is amazing. Just make sure to watch your step on those rocks.
That looks so, there's so much in that one little space.
You need to go see Garden of the Gods. I
Yeah.
know you went to the area, but
Yeah.
you and your hubby got to check it out.
Heck yeah.
Well, can't get enough of Garden of the Gods? Well, good, because there's more to explore. Another trail located at Garden of the Gods is called Indian Point Trail. It's a loop less than 2 miles long and is a rugged path. It's really an opportunity to explore the unique landscape. There are a few nice overlooks to stop and take in the views.
Geez, that is really nice about the leaves. Well, about 1 mile east of Garden of the Gods on a section of the River to River Trail, you'll find a very cool bluff line called Buzzard's Roost. You might also see it being recognized as Buzzard's Point. If you love natural wonders, you're going to want to make sure that you check this out. As you walk around, you'll find iron layers that settled into the rock when it got formed and later was affected by erosion. So it's pretty amazing how it all came together. Yeah, with like all the holes and crannies and stuff.
Beautiful.
It's really neat to look at.
You know what? There are so many hiking trails to explore within a short distance. Here's another near Garden of the Gods, Rimrock and Pounds Hollow. It's called High Knob. It's a 1 mile loop. Visitors can hike, relax, and explore at High Knob. Now, the rock formations just make you feel like an ant. Plus, the winter is a great time to come and see the area while enjoying the solitude.
Oh yeah, probably fewer people. Well, are you taking notes? Because the next trail we're taking you to is for the more adventurous hiker. It's about 30 minutes west of Garden of the Gods. Jackson Falls is a rock climber's paradise in southern Illinois. They come from all over the area to see Mother Nature's gems. It's considered one of the best climbing areas in the whole state. Pretty impressive. The waterfalls are stunning this time of year, and there are about 1.5 miles of hiking at Jackson Falls.
Waterfalls just never get old.
No.
So the next one we're showing you is the most popular one to visit in the area. It's called Burden Falls and is formed by Burden Creek. It's considered the tallest waterfall in southern Illinois. It's not free falling, but goes through 3 different tiers. Now, this is the most popular waterfall because you can park on the side of the road and it's feet from your car. After all, you'll do enough hiking in one day, so why not add Burden Falls to your list of things to do in the Illinois Ozarks?
Gorgeous.
Make a tray and have some real ones and then slip one of these in there. And you should see their face.
Those are white chocolate deviled eggs she's talking about. We'll introduce you to this lovable and mischievous chocolate shop owner and give you a behind-the-scenes look at how she makes her quirky treats. That's coming up after the break.
Welcome back to our great escape to the Illinois Ozarks in the Shawnee National Forest. If you're just tuning in, it's located less than 3 hours away from downtown St. Louis.
And when you're hiking the Illinois Ozarks, you're going to need some sustenance to carry you through. Well, lucky for you, there are some unique eats and feats not too far from the trails.
Just 1 mile from the entrance to the Garden of the Gods, a creature roams the Shawnee National Forest. Dana perfected her Bigfoot call and scoped out the supplies at Garden of the Gods Outpost. The local shop fills all your Bigfoot needs.
Yep, you never know when you need a dress-up doll for Bigfoot, complete with your own outfits for Bigfoot.
The Illinois Ozarks connection to the big guy is unclear, and the jury's still out on whether he makes his home here.
Some people definitely come in with some very colorful stories, and other people just have a lot of fun with it.
Let's compare feet.
We love what we do. We've had people from 37 different countries all over the world.
And not all of them come here to track Bigfoot. Garden of the Gods Outpost also carries a variety of camp supplies and souvenirs.
So we do a lot of Illinois history and local history books. This is a local author.
And food.
With the candy cart, we have a lot of old-fashioned candy that we try and bring in and remind people of their childhood.
You can also find homemade chili, Amish jams, local honey and Kentucky maple syrup, and soft serve ice cream. everything you need for your hike through Shawnee National Forest. If you're looking for a place to sit down after your hike, the Red Onion in Equality, Illinois is just the place. Images of the forest fill the walls of the cozy restaurant known for its home-style cooking. It serves up giant portions of fish and hand-cut steaks, but make sure you save room for dessert.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's really good.
And while we're on the subject of dessert, we found a place where you can eat it to your heart's content.
It holds 300 pounds when it's full. This one holds 300 pounds when it's full.
That's 300 pounds of chocolate. The aptly named Chocolate Factory in Golconda, Illinois goes through about 12,000 pounds of the stuff in a year. The staff hand paints much of it, making beautiful, edible works of art with a lot of character.
It's fun for if you want a gag gift, you know, anything like that. It's just, we've had a lot of fun with it.
One customer stops in every month to pick up their pretty lifelike white chocolate deviled eggs.
How many does he get?
300.
300. 300 white chocolate deviled eggs.
The shop, which has been in southernmost Illinois for more than 40 years, also offers fudge, ice cream, and even sugar-free chocolate. With options like these, it's safe to say you won't leave the Illinois Ozarks hungry.
Pretty amazing, right? I'm a little hungry right now. Well, we got some fun facts. Going back to Sassy, the Sasquatch statue. It weighs 2,600 pounds and was born on June 1st, 2015. It's located on the corner of Carber's Ridge Road and Garden of the Gods Road.
Yeah, so driving there to see the statue is worth the less than 3-hour drive, but I would drive there just for those deviled eggs. I've never seen that before.
I know, and a man comes in every month.
What does he do with 300 of them?
Linda was telling me that he gives them out to people as gifts.
I
Isn't that
love
really
it.
fun?
There's
She's
such good
lovely.
food there, too.
Yeah, lots of it.
Still ahead on our great escape to the Illinois Ozarks in the Shawnee National Forest. Have you ever seen a $3 bill? People say there are only a handful left in existence. We'll take you to the Illinois bank that made them, back before Illinois was even a state.
Welcome back to our great escape to Illinois Ozarks in the Shawnee National Forest. Earlier in the show, we showed you the beautiful Garden of the Gods.
Well, just down the road from Garden of the Gods is a place called Rimrock Recreational Trail, a place you don't want to miss on your trip to southeastern Illinois.
Adventure awaits at Rimrock, one crunchy step and icy runoff at a time. It all begins here.
We're going to start here in the parking lot. We're going to take this lower trail down through this really cool hollow here, and then we can go over to the lake if we want.
Okay, let's do it.
Steve Melville is the owner of Rimrock's Dogwood Cabins. The hike is about an hour long, but you can spend a lot longer here if you let Mother Nature suck you in.
These are some of the unique bluff lines we have around here, the rock formations, the sandstone similar to Garden of the Gods.
It's just as peaceful as Garden of the Gods.
Just so quiet, there's nobody that lives around here, or very secluded. And this time of year with the leaves off the trees, you can see more of these bluff lines. In the summer, you can't even see that bluff line over there. So there's a lot here.
You can see a few other things too, like icicles.
This is the only not easy part.
I might not do that.
Be careful up there, Steve.
Yep.
I'll let him go up there. Steve, you're quite the experienced hiker.
Yes. Yeah, I get on my way around here.
So where are you?
We're up in the bluff lines here at Rimrock along the lower right trail. Just exploring around.
Then you'll make your way to the bottom of the trail to find a rock shelter bluff called Oxlot Cave. Back in the 1850s and 1860s, people hauling timber out of the area would use it to keep their oxen.
There's a spring back here in the corner that the oxen could drink from.
About a half-mile from here is Pounds Hollow Lake. It's a 28-acre national forest lake.
There's a lot to visit Garden of the Gods, and a lot of people miss these other places.
And there's so many reasons to visit year-round.
There's so much different looking in all the different seasons, between fall and summer and the spring flowers, and then the winter when you can see all the rock formations.
And we haven't even shown you the coolest part of Rimrock. Don't worry, we're getting there.
It's great with all the moss and stuff. It keeps it green all year.
The main attraction is just up ahead, around the bend, up some steps, and then you'll see it.
I'm so excited. This is so cool.
A photo-worthy passageway that's part of the adventure of the Rimrock Trail. Yep, it does seem a little narrow through the eyes of our GoPro, but it's why hikers love it here.
Look at this ice. This is cool.
And once you take it all in and get to the top of the Rimrock Trail, you'll see this place looks cool from any angle.
Holy cow. So I know that Garden of the Gods is really popular, Steve even said, but that's gorgeous.
I loved Rimrock. I think that's probably my favorite place in the Illinois Ozarks.
It makes sense. That was incredible. And that little hoop. Was it scary in there?
No, it was fun. I just wanted to take pictures, and it's just so, Instagram worthy, as they say.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful what Mother Nature can do.
Even in the winter too, with all the icicles, that was really beautiful.
That's neat. I mean, we went in the spring and it was all green, but seeing the icicles like that, wow,
Yeah.
it's just stunning. Yeah.
Incredible.
We'll be back. Are you enjoying our special so far? We're certainly enjoying just watching it back because we had so much fun on this hiking trip.
Yeah, reliving it.
Yeah, well, the land in the Illinois Ozarks is not only beautiful, it's steeped in the history of several generations and types of people who've spent time there.
That includes prehistoric people, native tribes, frontiersmen, and soon, we hope, you.
Open a gateway into the past. Shawneetown Bank is 3 hours and almost 2 centuries away from modern-day St. Louis. The town was a bellwether for Illinois' salt industry.
That's one of the alarm systems that's still left behind.
A skeleton of its former grandeur, the old bank building has good bones.
So here's the original bricking of the building.
Built decades before the Civil War, it stands as a testament to southernmost Illinois' booming commercial past.
That's the second bank in the town. Then there's a building next door that was a bank at one time too.
The first bank in town was also the first in the state, before Illinois was a state. The site is now home to the John Marshall House Museum and Bank.
We've had visitors from Japan, Switzerland, Australia, from other countries from all over. Just last year, they come across the bridge and they see the 5-column bank, and they see this building right here, and it really draws them in. Like, what is that? It's magnificent. And there's the foundation of the original bank where it stood in the levee. And you can see Kentucky.
Among the pioneer furnishings and historic photos and memorabilia inside, you'll also find an example of some rare currency.
So we even had our own money here, the $3 bill, and Washington, D.C. actually accepted our money in currency. There's supposed to be 5 left in existence, is what I've been told.
Southernmost Illinois' unique history expands beyond these brick walls.
So about how far is it to the south?
It's about a quarter of a mile up there.
At Millstone Bluffs, you can walk in the footprints of the past.
It was built somewhere between 400 and 900 AD.
You can walk right up to remnants of stone forts built by prehistoric natives and walk through the plaza where Mississippian families played and worked centuries later.
Since nothing has been disturbed up here, you can still see those house remains. The dimples kind of on the edges of the plaza. It's extremely rare in this day and age to have something that has not been plowed, as you can imagine. So, especially in the Midwest, and it literally is as the Indians walked away from it in 1450. It's pretty amazing.
The site also includes the remains of a stone box cemetery and native rock art with interpretations and explanations, all with the backdrop of the beautiful limestone and trees of the Shawnee National Forest.
This is a great time of year to visit the forest because, as we refer to it, it's leaf off. You can see for miles, and it's really kind of cool.
I have a feeling past generations who stood here thought so too.
Well, speaking of pretty cool history, the Trigg Observation Tower, this is the last remaining fire watch tower on the Shawnee National Forest. They actually used to be dotted all across southern Illinois. This 40-foot tower is an observation tower for tourists to look across the countryside. Look, I mean, those views are just incredible.
Oh, I just love it. It just never gets old, does it?
See forever.
All right, so here's what you need to know before you go.
Yeah.
We want to let you know that there are places to spend the night in the Illinois Ozarks. It could easily be a 2 or a 3-day trip, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I would say it's also important to map out your routes.
Yeah, so the forest headquarters is right nearby, so you can stop in. They'll even map it out for you, which is really convenient. They're lovely like that. And you can let them know that you're out there just so that someone's aware.
Exactly, because we had the benefit of having wonderful tour guides,
right,
who made it super easy and fun for us because we just got to follow them. But I would also know what places may or may not be kid and dog friendly too.
Right, yeah,
with all the rocks and, you know, Mother Nature at her finest, showing off her best stuff.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out the website, IllinoisOzarks.com, for all of that information. Very important info, lots of resources online. And we thank our tour guides for showing us a fabulous time. Your first time, my second time there.
And who would have thought in the winter too? Like winter hiking, it's gorgeous. Getting lost.
Bigfoot.
Yeah,
also.
and
Who would have
Bigfoot.
thought you could come back with Bigfoot merch. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend.